Hello, and this is Stolia. It is a crazy day today. It has been April showering, and then the sun comes out, and then we had a rainbow, and now the moon's out. It's crazy. We are getting ready to read Disney's Junior Storybook collection. Scarlett, are you excited about the book? Are you excited? Yay! Let's see what the first story is. The first story is The Prince's Test, Sophia the First. Do you like Sophia the First?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, she's like Cinderella a little bit. Belle, get away from those bugs. Belle's still after them bugs. I got her a little chain there to keep on the porch so that way she can walk where she wants to. Okay, here it goes. Can you see the pictures? We got music going in the background. At Royal Prep, it's almost time for dance class to begin. Sophia and the other princesses are stretching when Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather float in. May I have your attention, please, Flora says. We won't be having dance class today. Instead, you'll be preparing for a very important test. The Princess Test, Merryweather adds. Sophia has no idea what a princess test might be. Before she can ask, Fauna explains. The Princess Test is your chance to show us everything you've learned about being a true princess. Everything, Princess June explains. But we've learned so much. The fairies tell them that the test will take place in the ballroom right after school. Good luck, everyone, Fauna says as the fairies flutter out. Yeah, later on. Sophia, Amber, and June and Hildegard go to the library to prepare for the Princess Test. The librarian, Mrs. Higgins, finds them some books to study and wishes them luck. Sophia pages through a book. Do they really expect us to know all these things, she wonders? Banquet manners, tea party, conversation? The other princesses don't seem worried. You'll do fine, Sophia, June says. But I haven't been a princess very long, Sophia reminds the others. There's so much I don't know. Just make sure your gown looks gorgeous like mine, and you'll do fine, Amber assures her. That's the most important thing to know about being a princess. Hildegard flips open her fan. The proper fan fluttering is a must too. Sophia hopes she can remember everything they're telling her, especially since it's almost time for the test to start. You go ahead, Sophia says as the others head for the ballroom. I want to make sure my dress looks perfect. The other princesses pass Mrs. Higgins. Princess Amber, the librarian calls. Can you help me? I wish I could, Mrs. Higgins, Amber replies, but the princess test is about to start. Belle, stop it. Stop. I understand, dear, Mrs. Higgins says. She asks June and Hildegard for help too, but both girls apologize and hurry past. Finally, Sophia comes along. You see Sophia? What's the matter, Mrs. Higgins? She asked. Oh, thank you for stopping, the librarian cries. I have to bring these books home, but my wheelbarrow broke, and I can't carry them myself. Will you help me? Well, I don't live far, just down the path a wee bit. Sophia glances toward the ballroom, not sure what to do. Mrs. Higgins smiles hopefully. Sophia sighs and smiles back. Of course I'll help you, she says. She's sure she still has enough time before the princess test starts. The two of them gather the books and head off down the path. Before long, Mrs. Higgins points ahead. My cottage is just across the bridge. Oh, huckleberry, she explains. A tree has fallen on the footbridge. You like that water? Is it good? How are we going to get you to your cottage, Sophia wonders. Well, there's another way, Mrs. Higgins says, but it'll take a bit longer. Sophia gulps. Longer? But that might make me late for the princess test. I understand if you need to go back, Mrs. Higgins says. I'll be okay on my own. Sophia thinks about it, then she shakes her head. I can't let you carry all these heavy books yourself, Mrs. Higgins. Lead the way. Stop. Sophia and Mrs. Higgins walked for a while. Is your cottage far from here? Sophia asked. Not really, Mrs. Higgins says cheerfully. I'll draw you a map. She scribbles in the dirt with a stick. Maybe we should keep going, Mrs. Higgins, Sophia suggests. Yes, indeed, Mrs. Higgins gestures toward a narrow pass behind two boulders. After you, my dear. Sophia steps forward. Then she stops. I'm so sorry, she says. A proper princess would say after you. Mrs. Higgins smiles. You are a proper princess. Not really, Sophia sighs. I wasn't born a princess, so sometimes I feel like I have to keep proving I belong. Mrs. Higgins pats her shoulder. From what I've seen, Sophia, I think you make a wonderful princess. Aw, she's nice to her, isn't she? Sophia and Mrs. Higgins continue on their way. Soon they reach a rushing stream. Where's the bridge? Sophia asked. Mrs. Higgins chuckles. We don't need a bridge. We can just walk across the rocks. Just then, Sophia hears the school bell ring in the distance. Oh no, she cries. The princess test is starting. I'd better hurry. Follow me, Miss Higgins. Skip across the stream on the rocks. Sophia follows, but the rocks are slippery and her fan flies into the water. My fan, cries Sophia, watching the water swirl her fan away. Hildegard said, the fan is a really important part of the princess test. Now I lost it and I'm late. What am I going to do? Uh-oh. She's got to have her fan. Mrs. Higgins offers again to let Sophia turn back. But Sophia knows that these books are too heavy for one person. I'm not leaving until we get it done, until you're home, she says. Besides, my gown still looks nice. My sister said that that's the most important part of the test. Did she? Mrs. Higgins says. My cottage is just through these trees. Soon Sophia spots the cottage. It's not far, but the path passes through a muddy bog. Once again, Mrs. Higgins offers to let Sophia turn back. But Sophia had a better idea. She holds up the edge of her gown to keep it clean. There's just one problem. The mud is slippery. Halfway across, Mrs. Higgins slips and falls. I've got you, Sophia cries, trying to catch her. They both end up falling in the mud together. Sophia's gown is now filthy. I'm so sorry, Sophia, Mrs. Higgins says, but I couldn't have made it home without you. Thank you. Mrs. Higgins' words make Sophia feel better. You're welcome, she says. I may not have made it to the princess test, but at least we got you home. Don't give up on that test yet, Mrs. Higgins says. Come this way. She leads Sophia into her cottage, which transforms into the royal prep ballroom. All the other princesses are there along with Flora and Merryweather. Sophia, Amber explains, where did you come from and what happened to your dress? Sophia is confused, especially when she sees a second Mrs. Higgins standing nearby. The first Mrs. Higgins pulls out a wand and transformed into Fauna. I used magic to make myself look like Mrs. Higgins, Fauna explains. Look at the shark. I used my magic to make myself look like Mrs. Higgins, Fauna explains. It was all part of the princess test. One of the most important things about being a princess is kindness. A true princess always helps a person in need. Flora nods, even if it means giving up something very important to you. Amber and the other princesses all end up doing well on the princess test. The fairies reward them with sparkly silver stars, but Sophia was the only one who stopped to help Mrs. Higgins, so she wins a special gold trophy. Can I hold it? Amber asked eagerly. Oh, Amber, Sophia giggles, glad to know that she really does belong. Yay! Did you like that, Scarlett? So she was dressed up as Mrs. Higgins, one of the fairies. It was part of the princess test. Yay! So Fauna was Mrs. Higgins, and she surprised her at the end to let her know that she was so kind to help her with the books. That was the princess test. And she didn't even know, did she? That was good, wasn't it? Did you like it?
Uh-huh.
There will be more coming soon. We'll see about some more stories. Y'all have a wonderful day.